Welcome back, everyone. Hope you are all well and your projects are starting to take off. Obviously the season's starting to pick up a little bit for people now, so fingers crossed for all you guys that you get the pairings you want, you hit some eggs and you hit the sort of hatchlings you're after. I've got a few going obviously this year, nothing too sensational, but they're important projects to me. I'll go through, I've been palpating a few of the girls. I've got a few that are showing signs, got some follicles going on. But again, a lot of these snakes are going to be holdbacks, so there won't be many for sale. I'll have a few for sale. But, it's more about building up and getting the projects I'm doing together at the moment. Yeah, it's one of them. I believe the Chris Jones Reptile Show is today. I'd recommend it to anyone. I can't make it myself. I might be able to make one this year, but I'm not too sure yet. I'll see how things go. But I would recommend it. It is a great day out. There's lots of great breeders there. You'll see some of the top animals that are being bred in the country at the show. It's a non-sales event, but it's not always about the sales. It's about meeting up with fellow hobbyists, talking about snakes, talking about reptiles in general. And the bit I like obviously is we stay the night and we have a good laugh and a good drink up and more chatting snakes. But like I say, it is a very good venue, so I would recommend it. I also believe Doncaster's coming up. For those that are attending, obviously just be vigilant, keep an eye out, have a close check on the animals. I mean, they're not too good on you sort of holding them too much at Doncaster. It's part of the rules and regulations. But if you can, get a close look at the animal, check them over, make sure you got no mites. There is great breeders there, but there is also some breeders there that, they sell animals pretty much straight out the eggs. So keep an eye on, the weight of the snake, how they're looking, make sure they're looking healthy. Yeah, just be careful, because I see it all the time. People go to these shows and they come back with a snake, then a day or two later they've either got, because they don't quarantine, they've either got an infestation of mites, or a couple of weeks later it's my snake ain't feeding. Just try and get all the information you can from the breeder you're buying from. Like I say, there was great breeders there, so don't get me wrong, not everyone's the same at Doncaster. I used to vend there myself and possibly will be again in the future, but you'll find that some people literally no information, no sort of the snake's feeding on this, or I mean obviously if you don't check, they might be feeding on live animals. You always want the defrost if you can, obviously, because it makes life a lot easier, because not a lot of people want to feed their animals live, but some people won't tell you they're feeding live. So you have to try and get to know your breeder prior to the show is always a good idea. But obviously when you're there, have a look around. If you see something you like, go to people that you do know, ask if they've heard of this breeder, if they're okay. Just like I say, just be very careful. But it's again a great day out. But yeah, just be wary. But if something's there and it's too good to be true, it normally is, but like I say, there is good guys there, so just be careful. But yeah, right, so I'll stop rambling on. We'll have a look at a couple of the snakes, just like I say, a little update, nothing too spectacular. But yeah, let's have a look. Right, so first off, we have our pastel girl. Don't want to stress her out too much, because obviously this is the girl we know is definitely going to have eggs very soon. As you can see, she's absolutely huge at the moment. I haven't weighed her, but she's definitely over the 2 kilo mark. But like I say, I don't want to upset her, but she is, as you can see, absolutely massive. I'm gonna put her back now, just because like I say, I don't want anything to disturb her too much. But she's beautiful. Let's hope she has some lovely babies coming for us. Right, next up, TSK Xantic. She's actually going in the shed at the moment. I don't know how she looks on camera, but she's getting nice and pink underneath. Eyes are nice and cloudy as well. But this girl, I've felt 4 follicles, not massive. I'd say around 15 mil max. Again, it's another project I'm really looking forward to. I'm only creating some hets, but obviously it all starts with hets in the first place. But yeah, so some bamboo Mojave hets would do, you know, obviously. I did want to pair the GHI, but they don't seem to want to lock. So at the end of the day, if they're not compatible, always have your backup male, which is what the bamboo's doing. But he's confirmed locked a couple of times with her. She's not huge, you know, she's just over 1500, I think about 1560, 1570. But again, you know, she's another beautiful snake, another gene that I'm really looking forward to working with. And yeah, let's see how she gets on. Like I say, she's in shed, so obviously she's growing well. I am actually feeding some tonight. Whether she takes or not is a different matter. I mean, some will. I'll offer her one, but yeah, fingers crossed we get some lovely babies from her as well this year. Right, next up is this absolute little beauty. It's a bit of a shame because I can't actually feel much going on at the moment. She wants to come out and say hello. Can't feel much going on at the moment, which I'm a bit disappointed about. But again, I haven't seen any locks with her and her planned partner, which is the GHI Black Pastel Dinka. Obviously, again, for some hets. Who doesn't love clown at the end of the day? You know, it's one of them genes that are absolutely stunning. I mean, some of the things they can do is just awesome. I say I was hoping for the hets this year, but the way she's sort of going and without locking, you never know, there's still plenty of time, so hopefully something might come to fruition, but at the moment it's not looking likely. But obviously I'm keeping my fingers crossed because I would love to get some beautiful eggs from this girl. But yeah, we'll keep our fingers crossed and hopefully something will come of it. So, next up, we have the Volcano. This girl, obviously, she's got a fair bit of growing to do. She's sitting around 700 grams, I think it is at the minute. But I really can't wait to get this one up and running. I'll say it's very yellow belly-like, but you can see it's just different. I mean, it's not like the yellow belly when you pair the two together. They don't turn out a bell complex, as if you watch one of my other videos, which I believe is meeting a few of the boys, I've showed what the super looks like. But again, this is just a project I really want to get up and running. I'm hoping to create some volcanoes this year with a couple of pairings, because obviously I have the boy as well. Yeah, it's just a really exciting project for me. Not a lot of people in the UK with the gene. Like I say, a single gene, it doesn't look too spectacular. I mean, you can obviously see the alien heads are different to normal. It's got some lovely blushing up the sides, and on, if you get her head out, on the head you actually have, she's not very happy, this girl. She don't like staying still. So you want to get her head in shot. On her head there's like a sort of triangle head stamp, which both the male and the female have, so it's their trait obviously. But yeah, I mean, nice blushing on the back. But yeah, it's an exciting project. I'll put her back. I mean, she's a little bit upset. I don't know why she don't seem to want to be on camera. But yeah, let's hope she grows nice and quickly and is possibly ready for next year, I'd say. Right, so next up, still on the theme of Volcano, because this will be a future pairing for either a Volcano combo male or the Volcano male. We have a Vanilla Cream. For those who don't know, Vanilla Cream is literally vanilla and fire. They are stunning animals, just for the two genes combined. So simple yet absolutely beautiful. But yeah, so let's hope I can get a combo boy together before this girl's ready. I've got a feeling she'll be ready next year, so it'd be handy if one of my volcano pairings this year decides to come to fruition. Obviously the volcano's going with a pewter and he's going with the Mojave girl now, so let's hope that one of those decides to drop me some eggs and we have a volcano combo male in there that can then grow up and go to this girl. Because like I say, at the end of the day, it's going to be an interesting pairing, I think. So fingers crossed that we hit something that's worth pairing with this beautiful girl. Right, that's it for the video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Like I say, it's nothing too spectacular. Literally just a little update on what I'm doing. A few snakes, you know, just showing off a couple of the girls, basically. Ones that I know have got follicles that hopefully, fingers crossed, will create some pearlies this year. Yeah, and if you're making it to the upcoming Doncaster show, like I say, be vigilant. Don't buy the first snake you see. Just have a close look and have a good look round. Lots of good breeders there. And hopefully you won't come unstuck with a snake that you can't get feed in. You might pay a little bit more when you go to a good breeder, but it's always worth the money. Quality, you know, you put quality in, quality comes out. It's a saying of a lot of people I know, and you know, I sort of try and stick by it myself. But yeah, so enjoy the show though. You know, it's one of them. It's always nice to go and meet up with fellow hobbyists. Also, before I go, just want to say a big thank you to Richard Barrow at Predator BP. Obviously got a nice little shout out from me the other day. So returning the favour, Richard. I haven't actually met him personally, but from what I could tell and what I've heard, I know Darren and Eric like quite well at Neighbours Constrictors, and by the sounds of it, he's a top guy. I will be meeting up with him personally hopefully over the next month or two. It's more finding time. I don't get a lot of spare time. But yeah, so thanks for that, Richard. And let's, you know, hope we can meet up over the next month or two. And everyone who's watching, don't forget to like and subscribe. And hope you enjoyed the video. See you later.